So the last 50-60 kilometers has just been this. It's been the odd little nice little river fjord I have to cross and things like that. But just open countryside, nice weather, easy on the traffic, nice road. It's the kind of road you'd want to take if you were test driving a bike. It would just be perfect. Just take her out, don't worry about anybody, just see how the bike handles. And I must say, for these long distance trips, the Africa Twin has been performing wonderfully. There's only one drawback to this Africa Twin when it comes to touring, and that's the seat. It's not the most comfortable after several hundred kilometers. Like, I'm already getting butt sore again. I've already had one butt break. And yeah, you have to keep stopping to rest your ass. Some people online have told me, well, get a great big sheepskin. Well, that would look like hell on this bike. I don't want to get the old inflatable air thing. And, you know, I just like the way the bike looks. I've got a aftermarket seat on it that does help a little bit. It's certainly better than the stock seat. But I'm still getting really butt sore. After about 100 kilometers or so, it starts to hurt. So that's where you need a sport touring bike. It's just got a nicer seat. But other than that, it performs wonderfully. And I think every other biker knows about this road and this route, because I've seen like a gazillion bikes. Some wave, some don't. My theory is the ones that aren't from Quebec are waving, and the ones that are from Quebec don't. One thing I've noticed about these little Quebec country towns is there seems to be very quiet on traffic. There's lots of cars around, but just nobody's driving. And that's very different than my area where I come from, where it's just continuously full of traffic. Just everywhere you go, there's just cars in your face. And people never stop driving in my area. But it's nice to just drive down the street here and not have somebody on your ass and somebody in front of you and somebody turning around in front of you and getting in your way and beeping at you to get out of their way. I'm sure there's some crowded town areas, but for the most part I find these towns pretty quiet. So I found one thing to help alleviate the butt pain while I'm driving in this area where there's no place to stop. What you do is you just stand for a while. Now, I was never really comfortable standing, but I'll do it if I have to relieve butt pain. So I'm going to sit for the bin, get the cruise off. But it has been helping a bit. Yeah, I'll just stick the cruise back on. Just make sure no one's around. Phew. Ooh, look at the people looking at that guy and they're standing on his bike. He's standing. And like I say, when I'm standing like this, maybe it's because I'm too tall, I don't know. But my foot is arched back on the peg so that there's no way I could, operate the brake proficiently. And I'm really hunching down just to be able to reach the handlebars. So maybe they need to have risers on them or something a little bit. But I can still steer the bike just with the pegs here. Anyway, it's giving my ass a little break like this. So if I can just get comfortable like this, standing on the highways, it'll probably put some stress on my legs, because I always have to have my knees a little bent. But if there's not too many people around, it's okay. It just gives my butt a break. Yeah, I'm editing it out, but I'm honest. I'll let you know. You guys have no idea how many times I keep missing my turn. But at least with this setup, it's pretty quick that I figure out that I missed it and I can get turned around and stay on track. And that's because of the help of the phone in assistance to the beeline. So you can see there I went a little bit past it and I went, wait, something wrong, missed my turn. Back and right on track. So the beeline alone, I'm not sure how great that would be if you just used it. Unless you're really, really good with it and you're really used to using it and keeping an eye on it. But if you're like me and you're just kind of cruising, and like my priority of attention is the road and the traffic around me, the traffic behind me. That's number one priority for me to be paying attention to. And so I can't always be staring at this and figuring this shit out. I'm supposed to be watching where I'm going and watching who's coming. So I don't always have my eyes on it. So I just glance down once in a while and make sure it's still working. Like now, 4.8 clicks, hanger right. That's all I got to know, right? Everything's on track. So that's great. But then I'll get daydreaming or something like that, 4.8 clicks, and I'll scoot by it and I'll miss the little turn. And it's more like that when you're planning these little back road routes like I'm doing. Like I'm going all the way out east by using these back roads, these country back roads. Great for scenery, but yeah, you got to keep twisting and turning and jogging and taking this road and that road. Beautiful scenery, but yeah, and the only other drawback, of course, is trying to find a place to stop, but the standing trick is working. All right, so I was getting pretty butt sore again, a little over 100 kilometers, and those roads and everything were really nice, but the only problem with them is there's just absolutely no place to stop. I'd go about another 40-50 kilometers and I'd find another town, and there was no park, no picnic table, no place to pull over whatsoever. Not even like a little diner or coffee shop or nothing. So I was getting pretty butt sore and I'm getting pretty hungry and thirsty, so I just found this little community center in a small town beside a school, and it appears to be closed and locked up. So I just snuck around the back and I found a picnic table in the shade. So hopefully, well, there's no signs that say no trespassing, so hopefully I can get away with just sitting here and having a break. There was a guy riding around back there on a lawnmower, but hopefully he leaves me alone and I can have a little break. So this time I tried the dehydrated granola type breakfast, and it was a 5-grain breakfast, and all those hard grains really don't do well with me, and it didn't come out very good. It was still very hard, crunchy, kind of like trying to eat raw oats with grain. So I only had a bit of it, so I'm starving now. So I need something that I can digest a little better than that. So I'm having some cereal, and I have to be careful with the milk because there's only just enough for this cereal and 1 cup of tea, and then I got to get more milk. So if you're wondering how well the Africa Twin handles on the highway, sure, it can handle the highway. It can do this or faster all day long. As long as your butt can handle it, that's the part to worry about. But yeah, no problem going on the highway. Well, I think I'm finally within sight of the St. Laurence. I think it's just over that horizon line there. I'm on 132, I should be seeing it soon. Yep, there's literally more bikes than cars in Quebec. So no wonder they don't bother waving. So we're working our way up 132 now. And I know this goes to where I'm going, so I'm not even sure if I want to follow it if it brings me back onto 20 again. I think just when I was looking at the maps, I thought, oh, 20 east would just be a different way to go for a change, but this is the way to go, and you can tell by all the bikes. Because on the big highway, no, not a whole lot of bikes. There's a few, but nothing like this. There we go. I've just stopped at a little rest stop. So there's the first sort of glimpse of the St. Lawrence. This is a known lookout spot, but of course they always let all the trees grow up, so you can't see nothing anymore. I think it's a little too windy up there to be popping the drone up, so there's a look. I found KFC, and I found good KFC. So that's helped fill the hole in the tummy a little bit better than this little makeshift stuff that I'm bringing with me. Sorry, but in Ontario, it's very difficult to find first a KFC at all. And to find one that's good and serves fast, it was great. Bit of a language barrier, but it's okay, we worked it out. She just had to write out the price for me. I just handed her 20, said, whatever. Okay, why are we not moving? Pretty sure I just gotta go straight, so I'm gonna follow the dude that cut me off. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to go this way. Great. Frick a detour. That's why everyone was in line. Well, this will be an interesting way to turn around if I can get out here. Hang on, folks. I'll figure this out. There she is! Le St. Lawrence River! I am along the St. Lawrence now. That's how I could feel the cool breeze and smell the sea air. Vive le St. Lawrence! We are getting somewhere now. Look at that St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence out there.